Morning, people. Good morning. Sunday, coming into November. Well, soon, 24th of October. Lovely to see you all. Thanks for tuning in. We're in the office. We're going to have a little bit of a workout in a minute, but I thought I'd pop in and just have a nice little coffee and have a chat with you, lovely lot. Just wait for the office to warm up a bit. Morning, Merv. How you doing, darling? Nice to see you. Hope you're well, brother. Hope you're well. Hope life's treating you good. Fabulous. Fantabidosi, darling. Fantabidosi. Nice to see you, mate. And what a lovely walk we shared up in London earlier on in this year, didn't we? What a beautiful day. Apart from all that sage and stuff they were burning, when it got right on your tits, did it? God, got right in your lungs, it did. Nice to see everybody. To see you nice. How we all doing? We're going to be talking about, well, we can talk about whatever you want to talk about this morning. Owen Lloyd Martin, hello, gorgeous. You all right? How you doing? You all right? Fabulous. Yeah, we can talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. What do you want to talk about? Lauren, thinking of you, mate. And I have been the last week, you know, my mate, oh, goodness, my friend, his daughter put up a post yesterday, and do you know, sometimes seeing an emotive image, just an emotive image, can say far more than any words or diatribe that comes out of someone's mouth. My friend John Rhodes, sadly no longer with us, he was a gorgeous man. He really was just a gorgeous man. Well, sadly, went out on his motorbike a few years ago, and he hit a lamppost, and it threw him approximately 50 foot in the air. And when he landed, he'd had a broken back and brain damage, understandably. And his daughter shared a post yesterday of him. God, this is tough. Holding, she had her hand. She was holding his hand, and it was the anniversary, I think, yesterday of either his death or his birthday, and it just rocked me. And we've had this week, last week, Danny Mullins pass away, and Danny was a good lad, and we've lost so many fine and fabulous patriots over the years. It's tough. It's tough. Buona, Adam Cox. What's that first word there? Buongiorno. Well, I'm part Italian, you see. I've got a bit of Italian descendancy in the blood. I've got 5 reversing gears on my motor because they was always going backwards in the war, weren't they? Kerry Ann, hey, Owen, Dave, I'm on a ban. She's on a ban. Kerry Ann, what you been up to? You've been telling the truth. Oh, my goodness. Miss it, bud. Need to get together again. Yes, I'm coming up on the 5th of November, actually. We're going to go and have some pie and mash. And a couple of beers and see what's going down. Boris Johnson, all these other idiots. Look, listen, here's one thing for you, right? What are you focusing on? What is it that you focus on? You know, you can either focus on the TV and take in the diatribe, or you can go for a walk in nature, go for a walk in the forest, in a park, wherever, and you'll feel so differently. Right. So this is what is it you're going to focus on? You're going to focus on the greatness that you can do and achieve in the world, or we're going to focus on all the diatribe and all the negativity and all the brainwashing that comes out of the media. My suggestion is that you take the latter and touch yourself and find yourself. It's an amazing thing when you care not about what goes on in the world, but you're going to just do your own independent greatness. It's quite an empowering thing. It really is, and I implore you to do more of it. It's, you know, I don't. When people say to me, "Oh, he's going to put us into another lockdown," I was like, I've never been in one of them. I don't even know what you're talking about. I got to be honest. I'm not selfish. I'm not selfish at all. When it comes to my own destiny and my own life, maybe I am. But that's because I'm quite strong in mind and body and spirit. I don't need to watch the news to get me daily bread. I have the good book. Why would I choose to go anywhere other than God's holy law. I don't understand. And this is for me, and I've always felt it. Become your own bank and take the talons out the back. Yes, I agree with you, Lauren. I really do. I'm next door to a forest. We love it. Exactly, Sarah. And it makes you feel fabulous, doesn't it, when you go out a bit foraging, or you find some logs and dry them out and chuck them on your log burner. There's a great power to that. You know, I'm burning logs at the minute that we cut down earlier on in the year. We dried them out, we seasoned them, and I'm burning them, and it's just a nice feeling to be self-sufficient and to be looking after yourself. But look, you know, if these so-called people in so-called power, we're going to lock you down. If you're watching and listening that, and they say, oh, you're going to need this if you're going to get in a nightclub, then it's going to become part of you because of the vibrations of how we're made up. You know, if you constantly watch the TV and you believe it to be true. Now, thankfully, my mother, bless her heart, she tiptoes in and out. She does her own thing. She's fabulous. Even when I was there about 6 months ago, she said to me, I don't watch the BBC no more. Can't be doing with it. It's a load of rubbish, isn't it? And I'm like, wow, that's profound. I never ever thought I'd hear my mum say that. You know, she quite thinks that the system is okay and that no one would do her any harm within the system. And that's an admirable quality when you place your faith and trust into these people. But you know, the nurses now, they're getting ready for the next big outbreak, the big next the lockdown. They're rehearsing their TikTok videos like you've got no tomorrow. They're doing all this stuff in their TikTok videos. It don't make sense. And there was a post of a nurse saying, "Oh, has anyone got any superhero costumes out there? Because I'd like to wear one because I'm a nurse, you know, and I'm doing what I'm doing to people." I'm like, well, hang on a minute. It don't make you a superhero when you're doing your job if you're a nurse, does it? I mean, oh, let's all clap for this. Why would you? You know, they're just doing a job, right? They're just doing a job to put food on the table. We're all in this stinking system together. And my word, is it stinking right now? I have faith in Yeshua that at the end will be hidden and we will reveal. My vote is for him. Well, funnily enough, I was reading in the book of Hebrews earlier, and then I said, "Lo, I come to do the will of God. He taketh on the first, that we might establish the second." And so the first is your body, I do believe. And you know, we all want to see the second kingdom. I do, and that's why I do what I do. You know, I stay strong in the Lord, and I get my resolve from that. You know, I'm told that I'm going to be tested. If I want to be a true Christian, I'm going to be tested. But it tells me not to worry. It tells me not to worry. Don't worry about it. But this man, after he had offered one sacrifice for sins forever, sat down on the right hand side of God. And that was Jesus. For henceforth expecting till enemies be made his footstool. So his enemies are going to be made his footstool. All right, Christ's the winner. And he says, "He who confesses me before the world, so shall I confess before the Father." So I'm doing my due diligence, you know. Everyone's got car insurance. Everyone's got house insurance. Everyone's got pet insurance. But have you got soul insurance? I don't know why. I've always felt my soul to be the most valuable thing. That your soul and your spirit is the most valuable thing that you have. Far greater than the body itself, far greater than anything in this world, far greater than any material things mean nothing. They really, really do mean nothing. I truly believe the medical profession are under a spell. Look what happened in the care homes with the midazolam issue. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. My mate sent me a post this morning, and I took a picture of it and I screenshotted it. And you know what? It's very fantabulous. Just what he said. And you know, they're talking about mandating. Well, mandatory means you need consent. It's an offer to an agent, but well, it might be. So let's have a look at the word. And that's what the system does. It tricks us in with words. The words are very trickery, but most country would consider the word mandatory to mean you've got no choice, but you have every choice. You've got more choice than you've ever known. So for me, supermarkets say you can't come in unless you've got all this criteria. I won't shop there. I'll find another way. I'll always find another way. If nightclubs, you can't come in, I don't obviously frequent them too much anymore. I'm 54, you know. But if I did and they said, no, you've got to have this, I wouldn't participate. You know, if it says on the TV screen, you've got to do this, you've got to do that, I'm not watching it. I'm not participating. So it's where you place your faith and your energy. If you get together with your neighbours, your friends, you start growing food, you start doing this, one has chickens, one has veg, before you know it, you won't need no one. And that's the power of coming together and being strong and being true to yourself. This is a fantastic quote. It says, you will not be mandating anything to me. Apparently, there's some confusion on your part about the relationship we have. You work for me. I'm not your servant nor your slave. I will not be talked down to. I will not be mandated to. I will not be forced to do anything against my will. You are my employee. It's not your place. Get it straight. It's true. These people are public servants or servants. They went into servitude. They didn't become our masters. And we have got very embroiled into this system, and we believe the diatribe that they phony out to us is the truth. And it's not their fault. It's our fault for believing it. It really is. Now we've got minks, so chickens don't last long. Oh dear. Same here, Sarah. TikTok videos, totally unprofessional. But TikTok nurses on TikTok. They do some lovely choreography over there, you know. Oh yes. Let me tell you. So yeah, we're in sort of funny old times, really, aren't we? You know, one of the most unsafest places for me, my heart's telling me, is the National Health Service right now. I'm telling you, the stories from families and loved ones that I'm having of their loved ones going in, having bot surgeries, and never coming out straight and dying, or being, you know, in wards now that have got locked doors. My God, that is really sinister. You know, whether your mother, your father, your child, your uncle, your brother, your brother's dog is in hospital, you should be able to go and see him under any circumstances there are. It's your choice. It's your choice. Oh, he's infectious. My choice. If I want to go in there and give him a hug and catch an infection, so be it. You're the servant, not the master. Remember? And this is the problem. We've allowed them to become a little bit too self-important and a little bit too pompous. Boris and all of them, they're so pompous now. They're so, you know, oh, you do what we say. Well, actually, no, it doesn't work like that. We are the people of this land. We're the ones that make it great. We are all sovereign through God, and we can only be sovereign through God. We can't be sovereign of our own, and we shouldn't be doing our own will. We should be doing the will of the book. And when you come back to this book and then you read from it and you implement it into your life, you'll find that there's this strength that comes from within, and you'll know that a physical passing isn't the end, because it's promised in the book. You know, it tells us all what's going to happen when we leave this physical body and where we come from and where we go to. So it is sad when you see and you hear someone physically pass away, but as the book says, they shall be known by their deeds. So if they've done bad deeds, then they ought to be fearful. If you've done many, many bad things and never confessed your sins, then you should be fearful about where you're going. But if you've got a good heart and a good standing and you've not done no harm to anybody, then you can go with ease. And I would suggest to anyone that when your time comes, don't fight it. Just accept it, because it's just the way it is. There's nothing you can do. And it is sad. It is sad. Jamesy Oldgate. All right, gorgeous. Aurora Storm. Nice to see you. Now we've got minks, so chickens don't last. What's minks? That's an animal, isn't it? A minx. Can't say I've been out of a few minxes. I can't say I've ever seen one. Aurora Storm. Nurses and doctors should not be Derified, it's a dirty job at times. I know, mate. I know. Let's have a look what that's saying. Derified. I've lost a comment. Where's your comment gone? Nursing doctors not be derified. It's a dirty job at times. Lots of poo and pus. However, we know when we enter into this what it will be. Exactly. It's you nurses and doctors. I do believe do what they. I mean, there was. I was chatting to the other week. This guy, he's a James. He is massive in organs transplants, and he ships hearts, lungs, all these different bits around the country, and organises all the wheres and wherefores of what it's all about. And he said that one of the top consultants and surgeons that does hearts or brains was having trouble with his getting his Ferrari in his car park. And I'm like, is it a business? Is it a business now? Is it when doctors and massive consultants are driving around in Ferraris and all that? Is it a business? Is health a business? Is it like when he does heart transplants, is it buying his steering wheel and his front wheels of his car? I mean, look, we're all embroiled in this system. We know that. We know it's a wicked system. We know the monetary system's got so badly out of control. It really, really, really has. But do people need glorified? No. NHS workers need glorified? No. You're doing a job. The plumbers need glorified? No. We're just doing what we're doing. That's it. I don't go for all this idolatry and adulation. I just don't. If you care for people and you want to make sure that they've got a good standard of life, you just do that, because that's your path. That's your caring nature is to do that. And I would say that most nurses and porters that do it. My cousin was a porter at Guy's Hospital ever since he left school. Michael, sadly no longer with us. Michael Russell, my second cousin, beautiful man, beautiful voice, sung like a birdie. He was just a beautiful man. And he used to push people around Guy's Hospital, making them laugh for all the years after their operations and tribulations. And did he do it for the money? It was a byproduct, I think. I think the monetary thing for Michael was a byproduct. He did it because he loved looking after people and he cared for people, and it showed in his nature and in his soul and in his spirit. If Michael was here today, would he want clapping and adoration? I don't think he would. I think he would have found that kind of embarrassing. I know I'm speaking for him at the moment. Obviously he can't. And sadly, my second cousin caught tuberculosis and passed away, and the hospital was in shock and awe because it went mad that one of their porters had died of tuberculosis. But my personal opinion is that my cousin wanted to be with his mother. He was never the same after my auntie died, and I think he just wanted to get out of Dodge and go and be with his heavenly family. So it is what it is. So when you read scripture, you kind of know what you are, you know where you've come from, you know where you're going, you know what this world is and what this life is. And it's made such a difference to me in my inner standing, because everyone's looking for a solution, everyone's looking for a guru, everyone's looking for the answers, everyone's looking for this and that. And there's not a finer book on this earth you'll find all the answers. And it's not a religious text, it's a book of law. It's a very technical book of law. But it's the law nonetheless, and it's the law laid down by, it is the law laid down. And you'll find that when you use it, that everyone that thinks they have control and ownership over you, all of a sudden they dissipate. I've got some great news as well, ladies and gentlemen. There's a friend of mine. Now, I've always genuinely believe that the battle that men and women have in this country, the Western Hemisphere, around the world. I can't speak for the world, so I don't know what it's like in other countries under their regimes, but England is certainly under a regime, and the public servants have become your public masters. And how have they done it? How have they achieved it? Well, they've done it through the banking industry. They've done it through monetary control. That's it. It's very simple. The way that it controls you. It's a very simple fact. Let's say you work for Burger King. So you're working for 1111. All these angel numbers keep popping up at me, right? So where's my Robin? He's not on the bench yet. All these. So you work for Burger King, and Burger King, you're making and flipping burgers, and you're doing the onions right, and you're getting all the onion rings spot on. And then your boss comes along and says, "Oh, have you had your jet?" No. Oh, why not? Well, it's my own personal belief that I don't need them. My immune system, which was given to me by Yahweh, which has a genetic coding in there from Yahweh, a message telling you you're beautiful and you're glorious, and I don't want it corrupted, thanks. Oh, well, that might be the case. You might have them strongly held, firm beliefs, but if you don't have what we want you to have, then we're going to sack you, and then you're not going to be able to survive. And that's the coercion. That's the coercion, right? I was attacked in Burger King by a woman. Oh, my God. Oh, Tony B, what happened there then, son? Got attacked in Burger King. What, did you push in the queue or something? What happened? What happened, mate? That's unbelievable. You're not even safe in Burger King. Fucking hell. That's why I don't shop in these places. So that's the coercion, and you shouldn't need coercion. When someone's taking you off of your moral fibre and wanting to, and they're imposing their will on you, and that's disgraceful. For them to be imposing their will on you against your will, my God, that's a sin. But nonetheless, you're sacked, you're fired. I don't understand the world. Would I ever force anything on anyone? Not a chance. Not a chance. There was a woman years ago. I started working for this heating company that was based in London, right? They did all the things through the yellow pages and all that back in the day, and they were expensive. I didn't quite realise how bad they were until I got to a little job, and I got this central heating boiler going. I was only there half hour, and I said to the woman, "Can I use your land?" Like, no, I said, "I've done it, sorted it out," and they said, "Oh, that's 650 quid." Well, anyway, this woman's going mental in her kitchen, right? Because she's on the phone on her landline to the manager, and the manager's giving it all the Billy Big Balls. And she said, do you know what she did? She pulled the phone cord out the wall and said to me, "You're going to have to fight me for it." I said, "Love, I'm off. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it." That's how much it meant to me. Don't worry, I'm off. See you later. So I come out of her house. She was steaming at me. Why? I don't know why. For me, it weren't me that said 650 quid. It was these cretins in this rip-off company in London. Anyhow, I got on the phone. I said, "Look, no, I can't work for you no more. I'm off." And I was struggling at the time, trying to put food on the table, having young kids and that. But I just wouldn't. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't. I just said, "No, I'm not. I'd rather go hungry, and I'd rather go hungry. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this." And do you know what, right? For all of you out there that tune in and listen, if you're put in a compromising situation and your first thought is, "Oh, I've got mortgages, I've got this and that," and you take what they're trying to do to you, not only are you making it worse for future generations, they're going to have no freedoms whatsoever. None at all. No free. You can forget freedom. That's going to disappear. But the minute you stand up against these tyrants, and you tell them no, and you look them clear in the eye and say, "No, we're not having it. Go on, jog on. We're going to lose your job." Whatever. Not only will you get stronger as an individual, but God will bless you in many, many ways, because it's a test. We're in this period right now, and it is a test. We're all being tested. Every single one of us. June. Hello, sweetheart. Nice to see you. Only use a bank as an exchange. I agree with you, Lauren. I might have a chat with you soon, Geez. You seem to be right on it. She punched and spat at me. Tony, that's disgusting. So I smashed her head into the wall. You did your whole toe. Oh, my God. Tony, be open. You're all right. The burgers are crap anyway. Steer clear. Yeah, no, Burger King, McDonald's, mate. That ain't food. That ain't food. You know what? I'd rather go the extra mile and go and find a nice little cafeteria or something, you know, and sit down and take the weight off my feet and have a nice big full English or something like that. I mean, McDonald's and Burger King, I haven't eaten that stuff for 10 years. And I won't touch it. It's disgusting. It's not even food. I don't think it's food. Is it classed as food? And some of the stories I've heard about it, and people go, "Oh, so Dave is so wacky. You don't understand." No, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't put human meat in McDonald's. Well, you go and do the research. Find out your own way. It's not for me to keep saying to these people, "Go and research this. Go and research that." Them times are over. I used to talk about people, "Go and do your research. Go and look at this. Go and look at that." They're up to this. Them times are over. Them times are over, and you're soon going to see this is a battle of survival now. This is an absolute battle for survival. It really is. Walk into the shops. Jack saw green lights on the door, massive green lights. I knew when I was opening to turn around, saw them. Good for you, Jesus Jones. Nice to see you, son. Nice to see you. Lauren Page. Oh, I was talking about me, mate. Right, hang on. Some exciting stuff this week. A friend of mine who lives around about Londonish way in quite a nice affluent area. He's a Sikh and he's a beautiful man, beautiful man, beautiful family, a couple of young kids. He just brings them up. He's just a proper nice dude. Well, he's let one of his houses get into arrears. And it was over 50,000 of what the bank was asking for. And, we're going to repossess. Well, my friend used this as a test case. He actually moved out of the house and went renting somewhere because he could afford to do so. And what he did, he studied a law called equity law. And he studied it for a year and a half, right? So he applied the law of equity in his notices and affidavits, and he won. Got a message and a letter. I'm going to read you what the letter says. He just showed me the lower part of this letter. You're going to love this. Now, this is powerful. This is when we start striking back. This is the Empire Strikes Back. All right. It really, really is. Let me find... So, because the other side, the banks or the mortgage company, couldn't do what they were doing, it says here, it is ordered that no hearing is to be listed because the claimant has failed to comply with the requirements of the notice of review. All right. And now that is an application that's applying to the mortgage or the bank. It's finished. His house is his. He can move back in. He can do what he likes with it. It's his equity. It's amazing how we're getting people striking back now. And long may it continue. That you all in your own little ways, that you strive, that you find the spirit, that you get on a Christ-like or whatever it is appearance about you, and you stand true and you don't move. You'll see some fantastic things going on, people. You really will. And you should do. You know, if you're bowing now and you're rolling over, you're making a rod for your own back. And a big rod too. Do not walk with a graven image of yourself. ID, however you obtain ID using a graven image of yourself, so slaves to the Devil Vatican Royal Family. Absolutely right, Carrie Ann. Morning, Dave. Top man. Lee Bishop. How you doing, son? You're right. Richie Allen, been a great listen to this week. Well, yeah, Richie's a good man. There's so many out there now, aren't there? So many out there just doing the do, talking the talk, walking the walk. It's fabulous. It's absolutely, absolutely fabulous to see all these and you know, social media. Well, look at the difference social media has made, you know, to everyday life. Years ago, it was, have you read the news? Oh, have you seen what's happening there? Have you watched the news? Did you see the BBC last night? Oh, and it's terrible. People ain't bothering with that no more. The BBC News has said, oh, our ratings are really down. So what we're going to do is maybe not bother with the news at 10 and 6 no more. So that's really powerful, people. It's really, and every time, like if you go up into the city of London or wherever you are, and if you're mindful and you watch people, when I go out, I watch people. I like watching people and see what they get up to, and whether they're giggling or smiling, or whether they're just looking down and going, oh my God, I don't know what's going on. But what's very interesting is that they're all kind of leaning there towards the technology and all the social media outlets, as opposed to watching the mainstream news. And the beauty of that is that you're seeing all these amateur videos of police interactions and bailiff interactions, and it's like people are jumping on it now and thinking, this is really cool. This is like a bit of a battle between good and bad, and they're watching and they're learning and they're jumping on it, and it's fabulous. It really is. It's just really fabulous. And kudos to all those that stand in their truth, that won't roll over, that won't bow to the belly of the beast. It's absolute. I take me out of chair, and I'd hug every single one of you. I really would. You're all awesome for standing in your truth and not bowing. You know, because the system wants you to bow. It wants you to be subservient. It wants you to roll over, and we're certainly not going to do that. We certainly are not going to roll over. We're just not going to do it. We're too strong for that. You know, my soul's a strong soul, and I won't be beaten down by these people or browbeaten by these people. One of my mates, actually, funny enough, he's going to pick me up on Wednesday. We're going to go and pick something up. And he said to me, what he realised a couple of years ago, for all of what we do, is that we're not living our lives. And we should be living our lives, and we shouldn't be worrying about what goes on. We should just live it. And it hit me so profound, that statement that he made. He taught me a lesson. He taught me a lesson. Last week when I spoke to him on Friday, them words taught me a lesson. And that was, live your life. Do what you've got to do. Don't worry about what might happen, what could be. Don't worry about it. Live your goddamn life, because when it's all over, you're just going to be left with regrets that you didn't stand up, that you took it, that you rolled over, that you let them tickle your belly. We didn't come into the world, ladies and gentlemen, to be ruled by these people. Listen, it says in the scripture that there is no authority than that but of God and of his elect. And that we should bow down to these people. Well, that is certainly true if them people are of God and that they are of his word. Now, we've seen pictures of Sadiq Khan out in a bar the other night, the big nose geezer. He looks like a duck-billed platypus, in truth, cuddling his mates, you know, not wearing masks and all that. And I'm like, you're just unbelievable. But we're supposed to look to these people as if they're supposed to be ordained of God. Now, is Sadiq Khan ordained of God? No. Is Boris Johnson? Not a chance. They've taken over and hijacked this beautiful British Parliament, whatever it is, and now they just want us to have it. Therefore, and he said, and when the servants of the man of God was risen early and gone forth, behold, a host compassed the city both with horses and chariots, and his servant said unto them, alas, my masters, how shall we do? They have to be ordained of the big man. They have to be in the spirit of the big man. Would God Almighty right now ordain these people in that parliament? Not a chance. Not a chance. I truly believe, as a man of the good book, I just cannot see how he would do that. I just can't see it. May I ask, has anyone noticed any change in people around them? People. There was a picture yesterday night of a woman 3 days after her inoculations, shall we say. She's now got big holes in her head and drips coming out of her head because she's got blood clots on the brain, and she's only 31. And it's harrowing photos, and I'm not even prepared to put it. But the worst part about it is I'm showing family members and loved ones these pictures, and they still won't look at them. And I think, dumb fucks. Clearly, and this is what bothers me. You can show it clear as day in people's faces, and they will just go, "Oh no, I'm not having none of that." Well, fine, crack on. See what's coming. Anyway, peeps, I'm at 35 minutes. I'm just warmed up now for a nice little workout this morning. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. As always, Billy Thompson, June Gow, Kerry Ann, Aurora Stoll, Billy Thompson. Love you, Bill. You're a good man. Hope you enjoyed your trip down to Dartford the other day. James the Oldgate, as always, you good-looking monkey. You are the man. Lee Bishop, gorgeous. Have a lovely day. Sarah Harvey, Tony B, June Alaskanimal. Lauren, have a good one, my old through. Who else we got in here? For anyone that I haven't mentioned, I do apologise. You're just as important and as beautiful as ever. Listen, guys, I hope from one thing you get from this, from me, is stay strong in spirit, all right? Don't roll over. Johnny Osborne, hello, darling. I'm just a man. Morning, sunshine. Hello, darling. Elliot Flynn. All right, Geezer, how you going, son? You all right? Sarah Harvey, Kerry Ann, Adam Cox. Coxey's in the house. Owen Lloyd Martin, as always, gorgeous brother. Look up yourself. Steve Lyden. Hello, mate. Nice to see you, Stevie. Alison Goulding. Murphy Bell, Pauline Martin. Thanks for everyone for tuning in, guys. Been out on your bike today. I'm just about to use my bike in my office. I've got, can you see Rolling Road? Can you see my Rolling Road there? Yeah, you can see me Rolling Road. So I'm going to have an hour's workout on my bike now. And yeah, I would go out, but I ain't feeling fabulous. So I'm going to stay indoors. You're going to like what I'm getting next week. I'm buying a Velomobile. And people in my village are going to be seeing me steaming round in my Velomobile, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing. No fuel. It's just powered by tea and coffee and my good self. And these things fly along at a very rapid rate. So that's how I'm going to be getting around Kent now. In my three-wheeled Velomobile, and it's going to turn heads, and I'm going to have loads of fun because I'm at the age now. I just want to live my life. I just want to live my life. I want to be free. I want to be happy, and I want to do the things that I want to do, and that's what we've got to do. And guys, listen, live every day. Just be yourself. Just be yourself. Don't roll over to these cretins. Remember, they work for you. The DVLA, the government, they all work for you. You are the sovereigns of this country through God, and they know it. They know it. And when you express it and you use that power, you'll see little miracles happen. Take care of yourselves. Love you as always. Stay blessed. Stay happy. Keep your chin up. We love you too, Sarah. Take care now.